We are live.
Yo!
So we'll give folks a few to get up in here, but and we'll repeat the topic again. But we're going to be talking about the year in the music, R&B, 1967.
Yes, God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, this is gonna be fun.
I'll say this. I think out of all the ones, this is the third one now. So like,
Yes.
I think out of the three, I think as far as like preparation, I think this was my favorite one so far.
You already know this is a favorite for me, so I'm here for it.
Like the first one was very exciting, like 72, and y'all know how close that year is to me. And then of course,
Yes.
with 1980, and then I'll talk about it to introduce it. But
Yes. Yes. Oh, look, Kemani, me and Alise just here. This your shit.
At this point, I already,
Yes, like
this that's the deal now. I had to live with.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good discussion. I'm excited.
This is gonna be okay. Neltron, what's up, y'all? Neltron early. Oh, he early. All right.
Neltron ain't playing.
Neltron's the real deal.
And yes. What?
Woo. He all right.
Ooh.
That my boy. I love Neltron to death.
Yes, down.
Child.
Oh, what was it? I think it was tied at 37 last time I checked. What's the score, JR?
37-42.
Oh, Sixers or Knicks? Hold on.
Sixers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, Neltron didn't even realize it was alive, like alive.
Oh, we live. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like it was one before and somebody came in there and was like, "Oh, y'all live."
I remember.
That was the last one. Was it? I think it had to be Anita. I think it was Anita.
It could have been.
So.
It was.
It sounds very Anita.
Mm-hmm.
I know that thing right there. I love her. Don't.
Yes, love Anita. Oh God, yes.
She is the sweetest soul.
Am I tripping, or has she been on the show yet?
Yeah, she's been on. She talked about Tracy Spencer, Love Me.
Ah, okay. I'm trying to match the name with the face. There we go. Yeah.
I'll be there for you. Love me.
Nah.
It'll be a dream. I did that the whole episode. It'll be a dream.
And did
with the shit.
I probably did that. I know I did that. I always do that.
I gotta go back to that one.
That was a good one.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, you didn't get the notification, Chastity? I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Y'all not be hating on this.
And I put it up about 3-4 days ago, so it was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, Chastity, sometimes you don't get the notification because I be done put that shit up 2 hours before. But this time that was not the case.
Yeah.
Will, don't start.
Maybe it doesn't.
Oh, we got Will in the building?
Yeah.
Maybe
that's
it doesn't
a character right there.
do notifications the same for lives as it does. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just making up shit. I don't know nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
I know nothing.
Oh, she sure did on her episode, Alise. Chastity, when she was talking to Sauce from Some for the People, she shouted you out. Oh, yes.
Oh, what you say about me, girl? What you say?
She shouted me out. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, wow.
What'd she say about us? It was good, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know she would. And if it was something bad, Chastity would have been told me herself.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. Chastity would have picked up that damn phone. She was just talking about how much you loved Brandy's debut, and she told him that.
I do. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that collection of songs. No, because it's just.
Oh, okay.
It's because first album.
You
don't come out first album concept. You come out showing this is what I can do. Then sophomore later, then you can do the conceptual, but you got to come out and show them all the things that you can do.
That you can do, right?
Especially you just got to put it out there because you don't know if you're gonna get another chance to do it.
Right.
That's true. Yes. Lord Jesus, help me, somebody.
What?
Where would you stop, Bob and Kemani?
Oh, he talking about me? I'm screaming.
Yes.
That's a character right there.
Good Lord. Oh God.
Hey. Just how Apartment 5B be on you, I think, yeah, I'm feeling that now. He said Gerald was in the studio with sitting
right. Like now you feel. Yes.
Yeah. I thought Gerald was in the studio with.
Here you go. Now here you go. Now here you go.
I said, Gerald know what they order for lunch.
Shisha, what episode was that? Or did you do it on Apartment 5B? Was it then? It might have been Apartment 5B because they were going in and Alise was like, yeah, he knew what they ate for lunch. He knew what they went out to get. Like, she was just baking me, yo. I'm like.
He said they went to the Rooster Tail. They took
Kemani, you better know about that Rooster. The Rooster Tail. The 4 tops at the Rooster Tail. Mm-hmm. Was that 67 too? No, that was 66.
66. I want to say that.
Yeah, that was 66. That's right.
Reach Out wasn't out yet. If Reach Out was out, they would have done it that night.
Right. They would have. You right. You right.
They had fried gizzards and
not the gizzard.
This is gonna be a funny one tonight. Lord have mercy. Just sitting there.
My dog.
Shut up, Mike.
Get the Fresh Prince out of here.
He's baking. Like, I'm telling you. Like, oh, God.
He said, let me cook.
Yes.
No. I know that's right, Deltron. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Stir fry. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Looks like we got a nice collection of folks in here.
Yes.
So, folks, we are going to be talking about the year in music. We do this with Kemani. We talk about a year just in music. We talk about some different singles and we just kind of go on tangents off of that. And it's mostly curated by Kemani. Me and JR will contribute, a couple songs, but this is his time to shine. He always shine, but this is more time to shine.
Yes.
But yeah, the year in music, 1967, rhythm and blues.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna turn this over to Kemani and you get it started. And anything you want to say about the year before you jump in the song, whatever you want to do.
It's yours.
Okay. So the ones that are watching or will be watching, just to refresh on who I am. I'm Kemani, aka what they call me, the Young Soul Kang. I just decided to, to own that, I guess. And, I have a music page, the New Millennium Soul Chart. It was Monitor the Music Man, but I changed it up at the beginning of this year. For those that didn't know, basically, a page dedicated to my vinyl, my love for music, my love for the culture, and just everything about it that I connect to. And then hopefully everyone that interacts with me, it feels the same way. So basically, that's who I am. And I'm 23 now. I'll be 24 in July. Just an old soul that loves, being around other people that did the same.
July is just a great month. Yeah, just go ahead, Kemani.
Yeah. And I've always been looking forward to kicking it with the R&B representatives. And I'll say, with this specific year, 1967, the last two lives have been great. And and the thing with 67 is, just to backtrack a couple months ago, I remember it's funny how we started the series. And my first year was 1972. Like that was the one that I had in mind. And then with 1980, it was Alise that kind of pushed me over into that period. But with 67, it was JR. And the thing with JR was, I think when I first discovered y'all, it was like, I think it was somebody who was talking about Gladys and how, when she was at Motown at the time, and she was kind of a response to this lady from Detroit by way of Memphis. We'll get to her soon. But I was like, oh shoot, I never made that connection before. I was like, maybe that was the case. And then a few years later, about a few months ago, actually, he had tweeted something about 67, like here were the dudes that were killing it in this year, and here were the ladies that were killing it this year. And I was like, wait. And then I messaged him one night. I was like, I think this might be the next year we can talk about.
He did.
Because I realized, especially like those last 3 years of the 60s were kind of so much was going on and so much was happening, whether it was, the hippie movement or, the riots and, throughout the major cities like Detroit, or like the pop festivals that were going on. Woodstock was on the way. Like, it was just so much change and so much like, so much revolutionary type things that were taking place, and, styles were changing, psychedelia is kind of coming into the form, and like, soul music and R&B music is kind of, it's kind of more, there's a certain edge that kind of gets set in stone in the last years of the 60s. And I was thinking a few days ago, I was like, maybe I don't think this, as good as the 70s were for us musically, I think all of that was set in stone when you get to 68, 69. But thanks to JR, I was like, maybe that seed was planted in 67, and so many things were planted from there, and then that whole thing just grew from there, So yeah, 67 is definitely important in music history and in American history too. Just from then on, like things were just continuing to evolve like at a fast rate. So yeah. So 67 is a good place to start for those that want to dig deeper into what the 70s would later become, basically. So yeah, 67 was it.
I agree, Kemani. Everything that you said, I totally agree. I think, every music year we have a shift. It's always a shift. And between, I say, 1959, obviously when Motown started, until I say 1966, it was all appealing to the mainstream audience. It was all about that. It was all about appealing and kind of taking a little bit of the soul out of things a little bit, because we wanted to appeal to that. So when it got to 67 and the Detroit riots, and we wanted to start talking about a lot of things in our, social issues. And it was like, we needed a shift. And once Aretha came in with I Never Loved a Man, it was that gospel that wasn't in mainstream that it used to be. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Because we had Dion that was singing very Burt Bacharach-ish.
Right, the pop.
Had Diana that did not have a lot of soul like that.
Right.
Had Martha Reeves that didn't have a lot of soul like that. Like, I mean, she did, but it was barely took it out. Yeah. It didn't want all of that. So Stax was doing it, but that's why I love 67, because Stax started killing shit, like for real. Like, they was letting Motown know, motherfuckers, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here. And the production scene, you felt the production more, and this was when the shift. So once the shift happened, then everything, like you said, started taking place, and everybody started getting on this. And then, 5 years later, Philly came in, and that was it. You know what I mean? That was it. So for me, I'm just like, I agree. So, since I don't know what you got to say about 67. So
I'm just listening to y'all.
Yeah.
No, I really am. I'm just like,
okay. You got anything, Alise?
Oh, a song?
Oh, like just anything?
Just in general about what you feel about 67.
I don't think I have nothing to add yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Okay. All right. So, who's going first? Oh, I think I go.
Yeah, first. Kemani, you first.
Hey, why? Oh, so why not start with what brought us all together for all, the reason that this whole thing even exists. That sweet soul music, baby. Arthur Conley.
Yes.
Arthur Conley. You see, oh man, I don't even remember the first time I heard this song, but I do remember first getting into Otis Redding. Otis Redding was my introduction to Stax, basically my introduction to Southern Soul, all that. So like, when I get into a certain artist, I start watching performances on YouTube, and then the first performance I saw of Arthur Conley was it was the Stax at it was their European tour in '67. Norway, and Arthur Conley was on the show. And his performance is not on YouTube anymore for some reason. But I remember basically I just liked the whole thing about the energy of it, and the horns, of course, and him just going down the list of the folks that was hot at the time, saying, "Here come Lou Rawls, here comes Sam and Dave singing Hold On." Like I just love all of that. Like, it's a very simple song, and I always loved how, and it's funny how I always loved how like it reminded me of Sam Cooke, but then I recently found out that basically,
come on.
That so Otis Redding was like Arthur's mentor, and they wrote the song together. Basically, we reworked the Sam Cooke song. It was an old Sam Cooke song called Yeah Man. And I was like, oh shoot, no wonder it sounds so Sam Cooke-ish because it was from Sam Cooke. So yeah, I that was a crazy nugget that I found out. Such a good song. Just gives you, it's a simple song, but it gives you a lot of that 67 soulful energy that was just all around the soul music world at the time. So yeah, just feel good.
I never until maybe after when I got into high school, I never knew who the artist was. I never knew. I thought this was the same guy that did Land of 100 Dances.
Oh, Wilson Pickett?
Yes. I really thought I did. I thought it was Wilson because I was just like, okay, whatever. But then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, no, he don't sound like Wilson like at all. He don't got that grit. Like Wilson. Wilson Pickett has that grit. And my mom is in it. She swear I don't like Wilson Pickett. And I do, Mom. She
you know how you do, JR. You sometimes you flip-flop a little bit.
What?
Yeah, I don't be hearing you talk about Wilson Pickett like that though.
Oh my God. Really? Y'all really gonna
I mean, I don't know if you like him or not, but like I don't be hearing
I do.
Okay.
I do. I like Wilson. I do. But I never knew I thought it was Wilson, to be honest. But then when I found out it was Arthur Conley, like you said, it's just a fun song. And it has that 67 feeling. Like it has some depth to it for real. Like it has that thickness to it. And it's just fun. And then to know that him and Otis Redding came up with this from Yeah Man, from Sam. Right. It was like, wow. And then now when you listen to it, it's like, hell yeah, it's very similar. You can tell like they was inspired from that, and then they went to that. So yeah, I love it. And then to have the Muscle Shoals on it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking which band it was, because it didn't sound like the MGs, but I still felt that Stax feeling to it.
Yes, it's them. Okay. Yes, the Muscle, and y'all need to watch that documentary if you have not seen Muscle Shoals. It's one of my such an amazing documentary. Oh my God! Like I've watched it about 4 times. That's how much I love it. Like I love that documentary, and I definitely recommend y'all check that out. But yeah, sweet soul music, I just love it. It's fun. You want to say bam, like he do like this little stuff like that. It's just it's fun. So yeah, I love that record. I do. Yeah. I love it.
And I love watching videos of him performing it live because he really has a lot of fun with it. Like, he you can tell he was like a smaller guy, so like he was really like getting into it and hitting them 60s dances and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Come on now.
Come on, yo. Alise was part of Shing Ding, yo.
Come on, Shindig.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Contain multitudes.
Yeah. Right. Oh, sweet soul music. Yes. Where did that peak?
I think, did it go number 1 R&B? Because I feel like
was it? We can find out right now.
Because of like that's one of those ones like if there was like a time capsule, if I made like a time capsule like back then, like I would have had that 45 in that time capsule. Because
it went to number 2.
Oh, number 2 R&B.
They got beat by the Supremes.
Them damn Supremes. Damn.
God, that damn
Motown. Jeez.
That damn Barry.
Motown. With The Happening.
Oh, The Happening. Oh,
that was number 1. That's what beat it.
I have That's the different thing about 67 as far as vinyl. Like I got
45s. Yeah, because it was all about the singles anyway.
All about the single, right?
Yeah, it was all about the singles anyway. Nobody had no good albums then.
Good albums was not album.
No.
Right. Yeah. And this is actually what my aunt had before she passed. She had like a collection of stuff. When I first started collecting records, I bought my first record player. It was a Crossley. And I didn't have any records, and we was at my aunt's house. I was like, "Oh, you got any records at your house?" I mean, and she was like, "Yeah, just pick what you like." And this was one of the ones. It's The Happening, and the B side was "I Know All About You."
I Know All About You. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, listen. When it comes to that Motown-ish,
that's you. That's you.
That's me. That is me. I don't want that. All right. So it's on you, Alise, or it's on me? You want to go?
It's on Alise.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Right, what we got?
We got. Y'all knew I was coming.
Whoa! Yes. Come on. I already knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
Oh my God!
I knew that. I knew that.
Come on, somebody.
Like I'm high key obsessed with James Brown. Like
it is.
Hey. And always have been too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the music I loved as a kid. Was you put any James Brown record, it didn't have to be a popular James record or nothing. Mm-hmm. You just put anything. It could be that it could be James of Full Force. I don't care.
I'm real.
That's my cut. I don't care. I don't care. My two faves on a song.
I love that. I love that for you.
Full Force and James Brown. Bringing the old to the new. I like
that.
But
that generation gap.
But yeah, just what can you say about James Brown? It's just
right. That ain't already been said, Yeah.
And I think the thing I like best about James Brown is just the energy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's like you even if it's a slow song or a ballad, it's the same energy.
So much heart and sweat, blood, sweat, and tears when it comes to James Brown for real.
Cold sweats, hot sweats, all that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because Fred. Fred,
don't do it.
Fred,
not today. No.
Right, you knew it was gonna happen. But when Fred came in, he was like, he didn't even like Cold Sweat though.
He joined. Wait, what year did he join the band?
He joined them in 60, probably the end of 67.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken. And he said he heard, and this is before Cold Sweat even got released.
Oh,
he was like, he was unimpressed. He was like, and then he felt like the bridge didn't fit musically. So James actually listened to him. So the version that we're hearing is not the original version of what Cold Sweat was. Because once Fred came in and Fred heard like, nah. And Fred is really to the bone when it comes to music stuff, sounding right and feeling right and all of this kind of stuff. It was like, Fred was like, this don't sound right. And James was like, all right. And James flipped it. And that's why we got Cold Sweat, the version that we got, because it would have been something else. You know what I mean? So I was just like, well, dang. So he said the bridge didn't sound right. What?
Oh, what they saying? Saying?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Y'all gonna leave me alone. I was not there. Screw y'all. But
I am not okay. I am screaming.
That is dope. I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
either. Yeah. That I learned that because, and then another thing, my family, my mom's in this. We love James. My grandparents love James. So it's a lot of stuff that was also part of my schooling for me too, because I saw a lot of James records. So I'm like, who is this and what and all this kind of stuff. So with that being said, it's just like Cold Sweat is I just love it because it's just so funky. Like it's just so funky. Like, you know what I mean? So right.
And as wild and energetic as James was, he still had a certain control because he could have sang that in any way, and just like the way he hold out certain things, and the the no music for like 2 seconds, and then in a cold, like it's just it's genius. It's like he bring the energy up. He's like, I'm gonna hold a second. All right, you got it back.
Oh yeah.
No, no. You good? Like no, I love it. I mean, and then like the production of it, it's just.
Oh yeah.
It's just a party, yo. Like, you know what I mean? You throw that on and please, like epic. So I knew that. I knew Cold Sweat. I was like, oh, that's gonna be Alise's. I had already knew. That's why it was like, part of the, the picks of 1967. I knew. I was like, Cold Sweat, that's gonna be Alise.
Yeah, I let her take James because she the funk queen.
That's right. I knew James. I was like, I'm not picking no James because that's Alise at all.
And I said about how things were changing around this time. Like I think Cold Sweat gets a lot of credit for like really like birthing like. I mean he did it with Pop's Got a Brand New Bag, but with Cold Sweat it was like oh like we funky now. Like it's
I think Papa Got a Brand New Bag for real was him. That was him actually crossing over finally getting there. You know what I mean? Because before then, James was it was just R&B for real.
Yeah.
And at that time, they wasn't letting a lot of us in anyway. And this is 66. So Sam Cooke is gone now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Otis was about to really strike, but then he's about to pass.
Yeah, he's gonna leave us.
And then Jackie was kind of going on a downhill for real. So it was like, now James comes in and gets Papa Got a Brand New Bag, and that just crossed him over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But James was like, oh, now that I'm crossing over, y'all gonna get this funk. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
And it was kind of, he was like, I'm giving you a preview of what the 70s is going to be about.
Oh, yeah.
We ain't there yet, but I'm letting you know what it's finna be.
We're taking you there.
Yes.
And when we get to them 70s, I'm still gonna be there.
Hello.
It's gonna be blackety black. Real rough, raw, uncut. Part 1.
I'm gonna make the actual most literal black song, like
the very next year. Yeah,
the blackest song you ever go hear. Literally.
Right, which actually hurt James in a way.
Oh,
yeah. I'm Black and I'm Proud actually hurt him in a way.
Don't nobody like nobody.
They don't like when we get blackety black. They don't like that.
They don't like when you're too proud.
Yeah, when we too proud to be black, they don't like that. No, of course not.
Shaking in their boots.
Hello.
They don't want you to be proud of yourself. They want you not to be too proud to beg them for a spot. Oh,
right.
Oh,
hey.
I mean, it's Sunday.
Hello. Alise, you've been on one because our show before then you was preaching too. So it's like the sermon continues.
When I told you I would have something to say soon, I was just getting warmed up.
Yes.
One more thing about Cold Sweat. And with Cold Sweat, it's gotta be the full version for me. Like on this one, like part 2 fades out, but like I played a version that like just the whole thing. Like they keep the
7 minutes.
They keep vamping the bridge, and James started real life screaming like. Yeah, like
you be like, James, I know your throat was hurting. Come on now.
On fire.
Yes. That 7-minute version, Kemani, for real. Because when I knew we were doing that, and I was like, Cold Sweat, again, I knew not to pick it because that was Alise's. And I just listened to it, and that 7-minute version is just so, God, it's so good. Oh, Jesus. Like, yeah. Woo. I don't care. So it's on me. Who should I go with? Motown or Stax? Well, I'm wearing Stax, so I'm going to go that way. I am going to go with Sam and Dave, Soul Man.
Oh.
And yeah, me and Kemani had a little back and forth. And
I had to fight you over this one.
I'm confused.
Yes.
And I might not be remembering correctly.
Yeah.
But it was somebody you said didn't like Sam and Dave. It wasn't you. Was it somebody in your family or
my mother?
Okay. I knew it was some. Okay.
Yeah. It's my mom. Yeah.
I be listening sometimes. And so yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so yeah. Oh yeah. This is another one. This is another 45 my aunt had.
Yes. So this song to me describes me. I love it. I'm just the soul guy. I love this song. But to think that it wasn't even inspired by music, period. You know what I mean? Isaac Hayes said that he was watching TV and he was watching the Detroit riots, the aftermath of it. Okay. And, you know, a lot of buildings back then were being, you know, it were being destroyed. So the ones that was being marked, they put soul on it.
Wow.
So he was inspired by that because it was kind of like a pride thing. You know what I mean? So he started writing from that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why the second verse I love, because he said, I got what I got the hard way. I got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got what I got the hard way. I got to make it better each and every day. Wow. Because you ain't seen nothing yet.
That's crazy. Wow.
Right. So that verse right there just goes to show, like, and that's very inspiring to me, because in this life, it's not easy. And clearly back then with us, it wasn't very easy. I mean, a little has changed now, but it still ain't easy for us either. And it's just that part, because life is not easy. But you got to make it for what it is every day. You got to try to smile through what you're going through and the struggles that you're going through. You got to smile and try to get through that, because life is not easy, but then also don't give up either.
Right.
And that's why the end of it, when he was like, because you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, yo, I ain't giving up on this. Like, no, like, forget that. So that part really, I love that second verse. Touches me to the core.
And Dave sung the mess out of that second verse too. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I do enjoy that song, but it's one of those songs that I don't ever need to hear again. And it's not, it ain't Sam's fault, ain't Dave's fault. It was a period in the 80s and the early 90s where I don't know who had the licensing to this song, but they sold it to every fucking corporation. And so it was so many commercials where they would switch it. I'm a soul man. I mean, that's not one of them. I can't think of, but like it was like commercials. So it just got this oversaturation, and it made a song that is not corny.
Right.
It corned it out. And so it's not, but it's a beautiful, I think it's an amazing song. I have no notes, but the 80s and the 90s, they ruined a lot of crossover R&B jams for me.
Yeah, that's one of them ones. This is one of the ones that I just have to
another song we gonna talk about. Yeah.
Oh, I already know where you go.
Yeah,
about 3 or 4 of them.
Now that I think about it,
I can barely listen to James Brown. I feel good. Like, it's some songs that are beautiful, canon, just historic, and then they license them damn songs, because people gotta eat and live and shit. But they be making some questionable choices of who they let license music to, or who they let sample something. Like, it's just like, but
and then when and then adding more lyrics to the song, David Porter, he wrote his part about the Woodstock.
He wrote that.
Woodstock, he wasn't talking about Woodstock. He was actually talking about a school that was segregated.
Oh,
I forgot.
You know what I mean? So what happened?
Y'all remember that book?
Yes.
Oh, I think I vividly remember seeing in a documentary or something.
Terrible. It was horrible. But so he added that part into it with the Woodstock thing, and a lot of people were thinking that he was talking about regular Woodstock, but clearly this is '67 and Woodstock wasn't even thought about yet. So you know what I'm saying? So no, he was so to think that this song is all about basically really being racism and having pride and all of this, it is not really about the music, but like Alise said in a lot of our episodes, you take the song on how you feel and what it means to you. And what it means to me is like, I'm a soul head. I love soul music. It connects to me like that. So that's what I got. But clearly, Isaac Hayes and David Porter was not writing from that. You know what I'm saying? They was writing for something that was very serious. You know what I mean? And then they made it fun and made it danceable. You know what I mean? And Sam and Dave eating this up on stage because they used to kill Otis. That's why I'm liking that you put that up there, Kemani.
Yeah.
Listen, Sam and Dave used to kill Otis on stage, had him nervous. And them two didn't even like each other. Didn't like each other at all. They only did what they did on stage in the studio and didn't even speak to each other. But go on stage and eat it up.
I'm telling you, and you know my favorite performance from them, Sam and Dave? When they closed the Norway show with "Hold On, I'm Coming."
Woo!
That joint down. Oh man! And
you can tell they giving it all because they are sweating.
They dripped in sweat. The jacket's off. They just got the white shirts and they drenched in sweat, bro. And they just working. Yeah, cold sweat.
Right, Alise.
and you know, with Soul Man, it's one of the ones like that's the ones I just have to listen to the original record and just be fine with it because when the Blues Brothers did it, I can do without that. And that's when that's really when the trouble started, at least with that song. I can't and I've been hearing like different
they get a hold of something.
Yeah,
they hold on like a pit bull. You hear
yes, they are, and take the soul out of it.
And they took the soul. Every time I play this record, it's like I can play the whole way through like 5 times in a row because Booker T and MGs was freaking going crazy on this song, bro. Like if you hear that original mix, it's like it's so thick and greasy, you know. And Al Jackson beats on them drums, and Steve on the guitar. Actually, Steve Cropper is the reason I have a Fender Telecaster sitting right over there. Like that's one of my guitar outers for real. I actually got to meet him a long time ago. It was at a movie theater. We watched it. Me and my family went to see. I don't know what movie it was, but Steve Cropper. We were coming out after finishing the movie, and I saw Steve Cropper and his family in line, and I saw him from this. So I was like, "That looks like," because you know he was a little bit older around this time, and I would recognize him like documentaries and stuff. And I saw him. I was like, "Mom, that's got to be him." and she was like, "Yeah, let's go and see." And so we walked up, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir, are you Steve Cropper?" And in the most Steve Cropper way, he told me, he said, "I try to be." And I got to shake his hand, and yeah, that was a good moment for me.
Wow,
yeah, that was a very fun moment for me.
And then with us going to Stax, Alise, oh my God, that was such. I was like a kid in a candy store. Like it was just for me, just walking through and just seeing the studios where they all recorded this. It was just like, it was just.
And I made John take a picture in front of the horns that they had.
He sure did.
Oh.
Yes, he did.
I was like, you already know, bro. So you might as well go with those.
Yes, he did.
He's gonna get this work.
And to think that these studios are so small. Like
it's small in there.
Oh my God, come on. Like if you go to Motown or if you go to Stax, it's small, yo. Like it's so small.
So they were in that room together.
Yes, it's just like all this music is blaring from this small studio. Like it's like that's where you know it was just music, and nothing else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it was no other mess. You know what I'm saying? So it's just but yeah, I love Soul Man. I played it often. I at least play it at least once a week for me. It just builds me with music. It inspires me and all that. So, but to know where they were with it and all that, I think it's great. Booker T and the MGs are killing it. The Marquez is on it.
On the whole
yes, they are on it. What's his name? Packy and Dion are playing the tenor saxophone, and Dion is playing the baritone saxophone. And then we all Wayne is my guy. Wayne Jackson playing the trumpet. That is my guy. So he's playing on that or whatever. So and then Isaac Hayes is on the organ. And I forgot who's on piano, but yes, great song, kicking, love it. So yes, when it comes to 1967, that is my first song that comes to my head. I'm gonna talk about Soul Man. So that's my pick.
Yeah, and this peaks Sam and Dave too. I think they also had When Something Is Wrong with My Baby. It actually came out like late '66, but it carried over into '67 as a single. So yeah, so it was a good year for them. It was a good year for my boys. Yeah.
All right, it's who turn is it? Oh, it's Kemani's. Okay.
Oh, it's not okay.
It's on you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little underground. I'm gonna go a little bit underground. And let's talk a little bit about this another fun song from '67, from this group out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with that Chicago soul impressions feel. The Esquires, get on up.
The Esquires, you better come on.
Yeah, I actually forgot how I got into the song. I think this is a funny story about me. So when I was little, I was trying to, being a little Tim's head, I tried to start my own group. And I was like, what's a name I could use? Because I feel like all the good names are taken. And I remember there would be reruns of Good Times on TV One, and that first season when Michael was real militant, and he was writing this letter to somebody about something that was being treated unfair or something like that. And he said, sincere, and at the end of the letter, it was like, sincerely, Michael Evans, Esquire. I was like, oh, that sounds smooth. Let me check if that name is taken. Boom, 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 boom. Then boom, I see the Esquires, get on up. I'm like, oh, okay. I click on it and boom, I became a fan of the song ever since. So yeah, it's another
Get on up. Get on up. Get on up.
Get on up now.
Get on up. Yeah. I should have knew Kemani was gonna go this way. I should have knew he was gonna go this way. Oh, it sounds very impressionist too. But yes,
with the falsetto unison.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of them ones for me. Like another one of those fun songs that I love from this. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
Yeah, oh God, Kemani, you went that way. I should have known, but I didn't think.
Oh yeah.
I should have known. Oh my God. And that was actually their first single though.
That was the first. Oh, it was the first one. Okay.
That was their first single. So they hit it out the park over the break. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But like you said too, like this is also the time through the impressions too. So a lot of people because you and me and Kemani was talking about this on Twitter, how they got, what is some Diamond in the Back under Curtis Mayfield.
Oh, got you.
So they do that a lot. So online they sit up here and got, Get On Up by the impressions online. Oh, and it was a couple of years ago, so I don't know if they changed it. They might have did. They might have. I was like, I did it, but y'all, this is YouTube. Get it right. Just saying.
Yeah, Jack. I was talking to Mabu the other day, and he thought Diamond. When I was like, that's not who's saying that, and he wanted to argue me down. I don't know why he thought he could argue me down about music, but it was cute.
Don't do my brother-in-law like that. Don't do that.
But no, that. This man 50 some years old, and he was today years old that day. He thought his whole life that's who song was. I was like, no, baby.
Oh, that's so adorable. We love
yes, yo. And then, but it's just that song, and it takes me back, and I think my mom would agree. When I hear that song, I always think of Felix Hernandez, and now I know this is a New York thing, but I hear him playing this all the time, and Felix Hernandez is like an idol of mine, and he was a radio DJ, and I can hear him playing this, you know what I mean? It's like 10 o'clock, and I'm with my family, we're going shopping, and this and that, and this is playing, and I'm just hearing them horns, because that's how the song starts.
Oh, that's a song.
The horns is horny. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going in off the beginning, like it's killing. Yes, come on.
That's my joint, man.
Listen, what?
Oh yeah.
Lord have mercy. I don't know what label was they on. Come on.
So the label here is a Bunky. I think it was like a local. I think I read somewhere that they auditioned for Curtis, and Curtis was like, I'm good off y'all. And they signed with this local label in
I did hear that. Yes.
Yeah, Funky Records. Yeah. And then the B-side on this was Listen to Me. And I've been hooked on that one too. That's a new one that I discovered last week. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that whole album actually is a very solid like 60s soul album. Yeah.
I wonder what Curtis felt like after hearing Get On Up. He had to feel some type of way like, damn.
You covered my whole word for
right.
word.
He probably was like, damn, I didn't know they was that good. I messed up. You know what I'm saying?
I
like,
missed out on something. I would have. Yeah, he would have. I would definitely envision him writing some stuff for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Get Donnie Hathaway to kind of arrange the joint like he did on Choice of Colors.
Yeah,
that'd have been dope. That'd have been dope. Well, you know, how Will say it all the time. He was like, yeah, some players you mess up sometimes. Players mess up sometimes. Like it happens. I mean, yeah. Oh, that's quiet. God damn it, Kemani. Listen. Yes, you have that Young Soul King word. That it's yours for real, for real. It already was, but it's yours. I did not. I was like, what the? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alise. I'm sorry.
You got it, girl.
All right. My next one, and I hope I ain't stealing nobody, but it'd be all right. We all talk about it.
Yeah.
Bernadette.
Oh no!
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that's my song.
What a year for y'all boys right there.
Yo, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody.
I thought you had a 4 time. Okay, there they go. There they go.
Yeah.
There they go.
And I have
mine over there.
Records, but everything is on here. Everything. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's just the energy, the stubs of it all. The false ending.
Bernadette!
Oh, please.
Stop. Then come back.
Yeah. Man. That song is everything. I have always loved that song. When I was a kid, like I was at the four stops. The four tops.
The 4 stops. Help.
Hey, Levi, my favorite voice out of Motown.
Yeah, agreed. My favorite male vocalist out of Motown. Yes. I agree.
You know what? No, it is close, but yeah,
Levi, man.
Because it is close. Because Marvin is a close second for me. A favorite voices out of Motown.
Mm-hmm.
Just off of the vocals, just the vocals. Oh.
Right. Mm-hmm. But Levi has so much grit and power. Like that, like his voice is very full. I'll say that. Levi's voice is very, very full, like a full baritone. And it's kind of cool how, you know, with Holland Doja Holland, especially, I think this whole energy really started out. Oh,
I'm sorry. Come on, go ahead.
Voice, help.
That's my voice. Yes.
Get on the sheet. Get on the white sheet. But I think I feel like the whole thing, like with you know, starting with, I think the momentum really starts with Reach Out, I'll Be There, that comes out the year previously, like around the fall of '66, I believe. And then you got Stand in the Shadows, and then Bernadette. So like that's kind of when I was listening to them last week, I was like, this feels like this iterations of the same song, but they all feel differently, but they all feel the same. It's like I think they found a formula for them for that particular time. And it was just like, this is a consistent thing that we can do. Like, let's raise the key out of Levi's range and just let him holler and do whatever he wants. So yeah.
Because they let him, you know, Holland Doja Holland was the producers that made you sing out of your key. They always did that. So they always made Levi sing higher than his key. They did that with Marvin, and Marvin hated it. Marvin hated it. He hated singing out his key, but they knew what they were doing, and it worked. You know what I mean? And then for Bernadette, it's just a fun song. And, you know, shout out to Alise for getting me my shirt, you know, my Holland Doja Holland shirt. And when I did the first episode, I mean, it wasn't the first, it maybe was the 4th episode of JR's Motown Life, I had to do Bernadette for her because even when me and Alise was like, this is even before rnbreps we even started. It was like we were cool and we were playing. I think we were playing it in Colorado, Alise, and it came on. And I just saw Alise lose her mind. So you see, somebody losing her mind to a Motown record. That obviously made me go, zoop. Let me focus on her. And she was like, Bernadette, like Alise gets so hyped. Like she gets so hyped for this record. You know what I mean? And it's just like
I never saw somebody yell it. You see, I picked Cold Sweat and then I went Bernadette.
Right. You're consistent.
I'm really on high energy.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I love it. And then to talk about my favorite Holidays and Holland, like, love those guys. I think they're the blueprint for everybody to know how to make a great song. You know what I mean? And take it, further. Because I mean, Jimmy and Terry shows them love. Gamble and Huff, they actually worked with them a little bit. You know what I mean? Before they left to go to Philly. So that was a thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just again, like 67 is just Motown and Stax and just
duking it out.
Yeah, like they were just. It was like finally Stax was like, all right, we gonna try to be equal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it was more of the funk in it. Because again, how we said in the beginning, everything it was a switch. It was starting. Music was starting to switch. We was more a feeling. You know what I mean? So yeah, Bernadette, good pick. I didn't think that Alise would pick that, but I don't understand why. But good pick. Good pick.
Oh, let me ask y'all this though. Y'all think Teddy P bought a little bit from Levi?
Absolutely.
They pretend to be my friend, but all the time. Yeah.
Exactly.
When I heard that, when I was listening, every time I hear that, I'm like, yeah, Teddy.
Oh yes. Levi got some sons out here. You know what I mean? Levi got some sons out here, and Teddy is absolutely one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I put that on my Twitter page before they took it down. But it's just that I used to say that, and a lot of people, I don't think maybe this is a tweet you might didn't see, Kemani, for real, because once I talk about Motown and me and you go back and forth. So it was one time I was like talking about Levi because a lot of people don't talk about Levi vocally, and I always say I feel that Levi was the best male vocalist at Motown. Always feel that way. And everybody be like, what about David? And what about this? And I'm like, David was a voice of a kind. Yes. But we're not going to talk about range and this and all that. Levi he was just something different. And even Marvin said he felt like Levi was the...
Come on, bro. My throat gonna be on fire when I get off here.
Oh God! Oh yeah, that you killed her with that. You killed her with that one. Yes.
Like, oh my God, I killed JR.
Yes. You killed her. Yes. Y'all mess. I can't. But yes, Bernadette, good pick, sis.
Oh, yeah, that was a real good one.
Of course, good one. All righty, on me. I think y'all all should know who it is. And it is going to be my girl and her family. Gladys Knight and the Pips. I heard it through the grapevine.
Oh, this is the B-side. Ooh.
This is going to be a great concert. You better have it. You better have it, Kemani. You better have it.
I could have sworn you had the Everybody Needs Love record.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I have it. It's somewhere. It's in the mix. So I knew I only had the anthology, so I pulled that. Yes, this song, it's a lot to the song. And y'all, I did a JR's Motown Life on this, and I talked a lot about it. But this is actually the third version that was recorded because Gladys's was released first, but she was her and the Pips were the last to record it because the Miracles recorded it first, Marvin recorded it first, and Barry actually didn't like it, so he was like, "That joint is whack," so he blocked it. And then Gladys and them got it. And to me, this is when I said Barry was not focusing on the shift. Because this song, Norman Whitfield said, once he heard Respect, he wanted to out-funk Aretha.
Oh, shoot.
And Norman Whitfield, thank God he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He should have been there. He's there. Yes. And he should have been there. So he is always in the streets. He knows what's going on. He knows what's said and all of that. He knows what new sounds is happening. So when he heard Respect, he was like, okay, I need something to out-funk that. And he knew he could do it with Gladys.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew now this is a time when it's not about those flat voices. No disrespect, but it's not about just those voices that it didn't have any gospel to it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have a gospel to it. Like you couldn't put like, oh God. Aretha just came in and changed things, period. Like she did. Mm-hmm. So when Gladys and them got to it and they did their thing with it and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. This is my problem. And I was like, Barry, you had a gold mine in Gladys. Yeah, you had a gold mine right there. Like music is changing, but it seems like Barry never understood the shift of changes. He never did. Once they got the ball rolling with Motown, probably like by 62, once things was rolling and everything was good, you know what I mean? Then he stayed there. And then now the world is changing. The Vietnam is coming in. We had a lot of social issues that we wanted to talk about. We wanted more feeling in things. The girls that was kicking didn't have that. So you got Gladys that can sing everybody under the water. Ooh. And you had the girl that could compete with Aretha.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was your gold mine. And to me, that just makes me upset because it's like Gladys always talks about they're not getting the love that they deserve when they got to Motown. She was like, I didn't want to go to Motown anyway. But she got outvoted. You know what I mean? But then for this, and then for Motown not even pushing it like that. They didn't even push it. Thank God that Gladys and the Pips had such a repertoire with the DJs.
Oh, okay.
They went to them and was like, yo, we got our new record. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And bet. So they had a great repertoire and people started. So once everything caught on and once they started catching on, I love my mother. Once things started catching on, then Motown comes behind it, like, oh, we're gonna put the money behind it, and it became the biggest single at Motown in '67.
For that year,
for that year, it became the biggest single. You know what I mean? And then Gladys was like, in the business of Motown, we went there to get that record, and then the next year Marvin's record comes out, and it does better than theirs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But she said, I love his version better than ours. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just. That is the point where, as an executive, as a CEO, Barry did not follow. He did not follow the trend. It did not follow the switches. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I love Gladys and them versions. To be honest with you, I love it. It has a swing to it. Now again, do I think Marvin's is the epitome of everybody? Yes. Like, I'm not gonna say it loud. Like Marvin, he ate that record. Like he ate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Gladys and them had something to it, and I love it. So, and I get to talk about my girl for real. So, yeah.
And also, you about to say something, Alise? My bad.
You know what? I don't think of Marvin when I hear the song. I don't think of Gladys. I think of them damn creepy ass California
raisins. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yes. Oh God.
I don't like claymation. It like creeps me out. I'm not a big fan of like stop motion stuff. It's unsettling for me. Mm-hmm. So I hate that I think of their version of it.
And I ain't heard that version in a long time. So I don't think I'm going back to that.
It's stuck in my little like 10-year-old brain. That's about the time they had the California raisins. I'm about 10, 11.
Now y'all see. I I tried to not even bring Diana in it. And y'all see where I get my shadiness from? Because my mama brought it in. And then Will brought it in. You see what these two are doing in this chat? You see what these two now, I don't want to be blamed for nothing.
That's her right there.
Deltron too. Cause
called
you know Deltron.
What he said?
You bring a little bit of mess. Oh, he was agreeing with your mom and said he was caught up.
He got caught up.
Got caught up. Oh, okay.
One thing you start talking about a little bit of mess, but it's mess that I really do think it contributed to.
Yeah.
Well, not just contributed to. I think it was a major factor.
It was a big deal.
It was. It ruined.
You bring us some mess. Oh, they'll try to go. He gonna say something. Or he gonna clap or laugh at it. And I love that about you, Neltron.
Absolutely. Neltron, he always say he's just as shady as we are. So he
sometimes 95% of the time we ain't being messy. We get 5% of mess.
Right. But yeah, I had to talk about her through the grapevine with Gladys. I love it, and and I just wish my girl would have got a little bit more, respect at Motown. But it was what it was, because a lot of people look at me and be like, I even say this, I love their music more at Motown. I listen to more of those than I do when they went to Buddha. You know what I mean? Even though Buddha is with Claudine and and Imagine and like all that, and I Feel a Song and all those are great. But I love the Motown records because Norman knew what he had with Gladys.
Right, what kind of
and
style.
He knew what to give her and knew what songs to get and all of this. And it could have been like, Barry could have been like, all right, Diana, you know what? I'm gonna still push you, but times is changing, and you and Gladys got what you ain't got. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just the truth of what it is. No diss, but she got what you don't got. And now, as an executive, it's a business. And now I got this girl who's from Detroit any damn way. She's from Detroit anyway. She's out there like she's changing the game. So I need a girl that can compete with her. And if Barry would have did that, I think Motown could have really, really kind of stayed a little longer than it did, because it was getting kind of corny with all that. And
But I say what heard through the grapevine. I love when they perform this. Every single performance I've seen them do this song, them Pips, they be getting that. I love Gladys now. We can't sleep on them Pips though.
No, we cannot.
You can't. Yeah, the Pips were very important. Good for one thing. What I loved about the Pips, it was just like a great juxtaposition to Gladys.
It fits so well, especially in their family too. So it clicked automatically.
That's why everything sounded so tight. It was
so precise, but still soulful.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. That's why Bubba's like, no, don't put the Adantes on our records. No. That's us. That's
why. And he said he think that's the reason. Because I was watching this interview. I think you know what interview I'm talking about, Kemani, when he was sitting with that white guy and telling him about the whole thing. And he said, we were cool, we whatever. But when they put them Adantes on out, we had to speak. He was like, no. We don't get all of that. We do our own stuff. And Barry like, oh, y'all want to talk mess? Okay. And that's what that was. Oh, y'all want to talk mess to me? Okay, got it.
Yeah, and that it set them apart. It made them different. There's plenty of soulful singers. It was something that made them a little bit different to make you pay attention.
Right? Yes, awesome. Choreography, they will eat that joint up.
Precision. It was so
don't play no games. They used to kill it out there. I mean, Diana did get them sent home, but anyway.
No.
Because she was getting upstage.
No.
Oh. And Gladys loved telling that story. Gladys loved telling that story because she'd be like, well, then I'm going. Then they was like, they sent them on home. I said, that's so petty.
Yeah.
So petty.
Real petty.
Yes. Yeah. So I heard it through the grapevine. How long would you be mine? Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
In that California sunshine.
Oh, man.
Well, that's what the Raisins are saying. They said that California sunshine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Love it. So, yep, those are my two.
You got your two, and then Alise had her. Oh, it's down to me now, right?
Yeah. Oh, come on. It's all you now.
Okay, so we're gonna go with
peanut gallery now.
Yes, gone.
Okay, we're gonna go through a few more undergrounds, and then we're gonna work our way up to the cream of the crop of this show.
I'm here for it.
So we got another Motown underground. The Whole World is a Stage. Fantastic Four.
I'm getting out of here.
I know this song. I know.
Oh yeah, this
out. I'm leaving.
Come back.
I'm out, Kemani. I'm out.
Yeah, this is a very underrated group. If they had went to another label, I feel like that would have been in a better position because Whole World is a Stage. They have other good cuts at Motown too, like I'm gonna carry on.
Carry on, yep.
I'm falling in love. Like I think the lead singer, Sweet James Epps, big dude. Like his voice reminds me so much. The raspiness of his voice reminds me so much of Ruffin. So like I think that's why I connected to their stuff. But like Whole World is a Stage, I think it went to number 6 R&B. But like this is their biggest record, and I love the wordplay on this song, like with the theatrics and the arts, and Act 1, Act 2, like, and James is just singing his tail off on this song. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love this. Yeah, this is a really good one. The Whole World's a Stage. Everybody's playing a part. The stage is set. The curtain goes up. The scene is a broken heart. Like just that type of poetry is so cool to me. Like,
all right. Shakespeare.
Yeah, very Shakespeare-ish. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everyone must play that.
Did I Love You Madly come out in 67 too?
I think it was 68. Like
68. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because they were on Soul with Gladys and the Pips.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah. Their version of Just Another Lonely Night. Oh, I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
Very
right. Yeah, if they would have went somewhere else, if they would have had somewhere else that they could have went, they could have really popped. Yeah. But again, there were so many groups, and if you weren't in the in crowd,
then if you were lucky to have a hit if you were in that situation. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially being on the soul label of Motown as it is. Right. And if Gladys and them had to go through what they go through, could you imagine? Like really, Alise, really.
Oh, no. I'm trying to show you black folk be reading and shit too. Play too.
Andrew. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have been, Christopher. I cried when I went.
I still gotta go. I
cried. I cried my eyes out. Like just to step up to that and just and then they had Baby I Need Your Loving while you're walking in. It was just a moment, man. I went with Sin and he took me.
Okay.
And,
wow.
Oh my God. It was just like I was so full. You know what I mean? And just to it was I'm getting chills now. Like it's just
even envision myself walking the light. Cause like as y'all know, like the Temptation Booth was where it all started for me and everything else grew from there. So like if I walk through them doors, man, I just don't know what I do. I don't know what I do. Yeah, but Whole World is a Stage. Fantastic Four. Okay. Yes. Oh man. 67 was interesting because I meant to mention this earlier because it's really like like Alise was saying, like a peek into the 70s, but like you have folks from the underground coming in around this time, but they don't really pop off until you get to them early 70s. So like I think of a song like Backup Train. When you mentioned Backup Train, we were talking about Al with the 72 joint.
Yes,
so I don't have the 45 of that one. I wish I did, but yeah, that's another one. And then I'll Be Sweet About the OJs, your group. You know, they had their first hit with that this year with I'll Be Sweeter.
I'll Be Sweeter, yes, God.
Yeah. So yeah, and then actually after every time I hear that record, I gotta go to my girl, who left us way too soon for her to really tap into her full potential. Linda Jones, Hypnotized.
Hypnotized.
Yes.
Oh God, Kemani.
That's the next one on the list. Yeah, Hypnotized.
That thing was singing down.
That was a singing girl right there, man. I don't even remember the first time I heard it, but like literally I was hypnotized when I first heard it. Like just the whole production of it. Like, you know, I love all of like those low rider oldies type stuff. Like, you know, hypnotized. Oh yeah. Whoever was shout out to the one singing background on this. I don't know who was it, but
and she's from Newark. So
right. Okay.
Yeah, she's from Newark. So yeah. Oh yeah, she left us way too soon.
Yeah.
Way too soon.
Oh yeah.
Right, ma. Ain't he? Ma? He is pulling them out.
Yeah.
I told y'all about Kemani. He is he plays no games. None.
No. Please help. But yeah, Hypnotized is definitely one of them ones. Yeah, we gotta get through them undergrounds before we get to the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So, we're gonna start with two of my guys that came through around this time, but again didn't pop through until the 70s came around. One of my idols, that started this empire that. When I first discovered them in 2015, like if I felt seen because like I consider myself like a quirky, funny, just out of outside the norm kind of guy. So like when Parliament, George Clinton, it all starts here. I want to testify.
I want to testify.
And with the parliaments, George Clinton, and it was Grady Thomas, Ray Davis, Fuzzy Haskins, rest in peace. Ray Davis passed away in 2005. Calvin Simon, rest in peace. Grady Thomas is still with us, and then George Clinton. That's the core of this whole P-Funk empire. Like it started with those five, and I Want to Testify was the first one to like really break through. It reached number. I forgot how high it peaked on the R&B charts, but
I think it was like number 3.
Yeah, number 3, somewhere around there. But I know it was top 5. But,
yeah.
I think I connected to it because. Rebel, this is a label in Detroit. This was a label in Detroit. They tried to get signed to Motown, but that didn't work out. But like this sounds very Temptations.
Thank God they didn't.
Yeah. Thank God they didn't. Yeah, because George was
Lord.
It was too crazy for Motown anyway. I feel like so.
Yes, and they were too funky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is one of those records for me. I think I connect to because it feels a lot like a Temps record. So.
Of course.
So group. So y'all know. Yes. Oh, it's 25. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Alise. We should have known the chart queen. We should have knew.
Oh yeah.
I'm also a damn good Googler.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like,
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let's keep it going.
Uh-huh.
Now we got to talk about. You know what I love about 60 Soul? There was a lot of, it wasn't just Motown and Memphis. There was like a bunch of cities that had something to say as well. And, you had Detroit with Motown. You had Memphis with Stax. You had Muscle Shoals. You had the Chicago sound with, we got Jackie Wilson, the Brunswick label in Chicago. Yeah. And Higher came out this year. Was this one of the ones, Alise, that you said was the, like the ones that get like whitewashed because of licensing and stuff like that? Was that one of the ones that you were thinking about?
Which one?
Higher and Higher.
Yes, Lord. Especially that one.
Oh. Yeah. I love it for what it is, but like again, same thing with Soul Man. Like, once they get a hold of it.
They cannot let it go.
Oh yeah,
at all. And Kemani, yes. And what I love about this song is the Motown people are playing on it.
That's who I thought was okay.
Yes.
Like there had to be another one because I know some of them played on Cool Jerk, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes. So they would, because Barry wasn't paying nobody. Let's just be real. He wasn't paying nobody.
Oh yeah.
So they would go and do like nightclubs at night just to make some money. So you know, they would take a van and they would go to Chicago. They took a van, they went to Chicago, and they played on this.
Oh, okay.
And they even had Dante's went with them. They took two of Dante's with them.
Wow. Okay.
And so you got the Dante's on background with this, but they did the joint on the low though.
Okay.
And do you also know that Maurice White played the drums?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh,
yes.
this is Chicago, right? Because I know he played a lot of records on chess, but I didn't really. Wow.
Yes. So he played on it, and I got the saxophone. That's Mike Terry. Love him. Mike Terry, a part of the Funk Brothers. Love him. But yeah, like when you listen, huh?
You know who had a song first though?
Who?
Wait, who?
But it wasn't released.
Who?
The Dales.
Really?
What?
5 Heartbeats.
That's wow.
Wow, I did not know that at all.
Wasn't released.
Wow, I'm gonna see. Is it available?
Right.
No, because I would love to hear.
That I don't know. It's just something I read, but
okay.
Wow, get the hell out of here!
I would love to hear that version.
Wow.
Okay.
But but again, you know, this song sounds very Motown-ish. Mm-hmm. That's why it's like it sound like the Funk Brothers on it. And I mean, Jackie Wilson is the reason for Motown any dang way. So it wouldn't have been a Motown if it wasn't for Jackie. So, and I just wish.
Oh, right.
Because I mean, Barry wrote all those songs for Jackie, and he wasn't getting paid, so he left and created Motown. And I wish Jackie would have went with him. You know what I mean? But Brunswick and them had him tied. Like he couldn't go nowhere. It's like, no, you're here, and that's it. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately,
it did also Jackie when he was in the studio, he was singing it like a ballad, and they was like, nah.
Most of the time that's the case.
He got salty, but then he re-sang it in one take. It's a one-take song.
That's a one-take vocal? Wow. He was singing his tail off too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
That's it.
They said him to. I think what I read, it said it told him to lean into what the percussion was doing and sing like he was the percussion.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a lot of songs that our artists thought would sing it as a ballad and thought it would be sounding as a ballad and not realizing, no, it don't need that. Like Marvin. Marvin thought Stubborn Kind of Fellow was a ballad. He was going, and Barry was like, no, we need that 2-time to it. Like, and look what happened.
I don't know this, but I bet you all the Harold Bevan, the Blue Notes, fast, sad ass, dancing and crying.
Don't you do it.
Dancing and crying, dancing. I bet that they started off in mind when writing it as a ballad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just assuming.
Right. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially Kemani song, The Love I Lost. I bet you that was originally a battle.
Yeah. I can hear that.
I could hear it. It would be a good song, but something about it with that
upbeat percussion,
make it not bum you out as bad. Because as a ballad, it would bum you out a little bit.
It would tear me up.
And won't nobody trying to get that in the 70s.
Right.
Not in the disco era.
Right.
Yeah, true that.
Oh, and speaking of Gambling Huff, as I was saying about how, the cities had each like major city has something to say, but 67 is real important because there was another city that's coming through that has something to say, and these two guys met in the elevator, and from then on became a tight knit, and it all started with the Soul Survivors, Expressway to Your Heart.
Come on now, yes.
We like to throw a little Blue-Eyed Soul in there, if that's allowed on the show.
Yeah, come on, Kemani, you are fine with that.
If that's allowed.
We on here about to fall out over Tina Marie. Come on now.
Oh, you're right. Look,
right, and she was about to do it on the episode we did with you, Kemani.
And look, It's all kind of holidays and Doobie and all that.
I got Loggins and all
George Michael, all that. I like all that.
We love to see it. We love to see it. Express with Your Heart. That's another good underground cut for me because of how that's one that I felt like when I re-listened to it last week, I was like, this is another one that kind of sounds like it sounds a little like Four Tops, a little like
Four. Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking about
people were definitely inspired by each other. People were definitely inspired by each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. And it also reminds me of like what was going on the pop side too. Like this one really shows like Gamma helps like versatility. You know, we can write crossover records. Like, yeah, that's one of the ones for me. Because this one sounds a lot like some like the Rascals would have done, some like the what was another group that was out there at that time? Like Gary Puckett, like they would have done something like this if they wanted to. The Box Tops with the Letter, like that type of pop that was going on at this time. It's getting real psychedelic and real soulful. So yeah,
and this is one of the songs that actually started that really kind of pushed Gamble and Huff with the Intruders and things like that for them to get. Come on, Kemani. Come on. Again, it started them, and that's why we got Philly. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people just say the Intruders, but I got to throw the Soul Survivors up in there too.
Oh yeah,
because they started that as well, and it kind of kept the train moving. You know what I mean? And then they got to Philly International, and they got the deal with Clive and all of that, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? So. Yes.
Yeah, and I love the Intruders, like
Cowboys Girls. I wish
they came out with together. Yeah. Huh? Say what?
I wish Cowboys Girls was 67, but that's 68. It's 68. Yes.
But Together, I love Together though. Together is
yes.
I think this is either this one or United was the first big hit for them, but Together is a personal favorite of mine, and I love Lil Sonny's the way he sings, like he gets real. If he sounded real raspy, but like it just feels right,
Yeah.
Together, it's like he be singing like, you know how dry Popeye's biscuits be. You eat it without the honey and the jelly. It's like they ain't give him no water, no type of.
I ain't got to deal with this.
I'm just saying. A lot, especially like from this era to Cowboys to Girls, like he's just. Yeah.
I remember, like it's like he's struggling to get there because he need that water. Like he probably was looking at Gamble and Huff like, where is the place? Like you, like help me out. Like I'm dry here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Kemani is a mess.
I'm just saying, but like with Expressway and them coming out with the first Intruders record together, United, it really plants the seed for what's to come. I mean, the next year they start working with Jerry Butler and all these other cats out of Philly, and by the time you get to 72, when we talked about 72, it's over. It's a wrap. So like,
it's over for Motown too.
Yeah, but like those beginning years, I feel like they should be talked about more because like once you get more into that period. Yep. When you get to those big Philly hits, like it hits different because it was a journey for them, and them getting used to them Gamma help collaborating with each other. Once they started to really like know each other, like musically, and I believe too personally too. It was a tight knit from there. So yeah, very important year for Philly for sure. Oh yeah. I think we got all of. Oh shoot.
Or his underground, because we already know where you going when it comes to 67. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, we're pretty much done with the underground now. So we get into the cream of the crop now.
Okay, all right.
One song is he saying I'm gonna go in.
Wait, say what?
It's one song. If you say it,
oh Lord,
I'm gonna go in.
I'm not sure which one it'll be, but we're just gonna keep going, and then we're gonna see what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one out of the way. This came out late 67, going into 68. I think it came out like October 67, but I still kind of count it because it's one of my favorites by the Miracles. Second That Emotion.
Second That Emotion. Said
if you feel like giving me. Oh yeah, that's one
of devotion.
Yeah.
Second That Emotion.
Yeah, Smokey.
Yes, come on.
I love Again, this is another example of like Robinson's penmanship. Like there's not a lot of songwriters beating Smokey Robinson's penmanship. Like there's just
ain't.
No.
Yeah,
no,
I just love like his wordplay and his his figurative language when songwriting. Like it's just very it's real special. Second That Emotion was one of the ones for me, and this was a good year for them too. Like the B side of this is You Must Be Loved. I think with the way I see the episode that I was on, I was thinking of there was a song by the Miracles that not a lot of people talk about, and I was like, I don't know how I didn't think of You Must Be Loved. That's a really good cut.
Like you talk about 67, like you said, 67 was so good for the Miracles because the love I saw in you is just a mirage. That's one of my favorite. Smokey Robinson and the Miracle records. Like
that's a good one. That's a real good one.
I love that. It's Baby Don't Cry is not 67.
That's 69. That's 69.
That's 69. Okay. All right.
That's my favorite Miracle song, actually.
That's number 2.
That's
number 2. The Love I Saw in You is Just a Mirage is number 1. And number 2 is Baby Don't Cry. Because you see, he flipped it back to The Love I Saw in You was Just a Mirage. Because what did he say? God, what is the lyrics of Baby Don't Cry? I'm mad now because I normally used to go right to it, and me and my mother used to sing it. Mom, what's the lyric? Hey, baby, don't cry. Hold on. I gotta get to it. Wait a minute.
Shit.
Just a minute ago, your love was here. Yep. That part right there. Yes. That part. And then God, I love it. Like, and Second That Emotion. I love that record, and I think my mom will remember this when it was my cousins from Coney Island, and my grandmother was still living, my grandfather was still living. We call him my aunt sister came, and my cousin Maurice and Robert and all of them. And we was at the house, and we were playing R&B classics on Music Choice. And I just remember I Second That Emotion, and I remember singing that at I think I was 13, 14. And I remember singing that with my cousin Maurice, and he looked at my mom and was like, "He know this?" And my mom was like, "Mm-hmm." And I was singing it with him, and it's just a moment, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just gives me a moment. Okay, this is what I was waiting for because I knew Will was gonna throw this out here. Yes.
Can I speak on it?
Thank you, sis. Get him.
Go ahead.
Get him.
JR is not a fan of Smokey as a solo artist. Later in his career stuff. JR very often talks about how much he loves the Miracles.
Yeah.
That incarnation of Smokey, and how much he loves Smokey's pen game. We give him a lot of props. Two things can be true. That's all.
Thanks.
That's the Will because he killed my nerves. And I
was waiting, but I knew Will was gonna throw it out there. I knew he was. I was waiting on it because when we talk, I do give Smokey fever. I do because again, I'm just not a fan of Smokey like that. I'm not the biggest fan, and then I'm not a fan of him solo wise. But as a writer,
one
of the best writers, and I love him with the Miracles. So from 59 to 72. I'm here for the Miracles. I'm here for them. Once Smokey goes solo, y'all can have it.
not even the 73 joint, baby. The one with Baby Come Close on it. That's my favorite. That's his most well versed I am in like Smokey's like solo years, like outside of the hits. The first album was I like the first album.
Again, it's just me. I'm just not I'm not Smokey solo. I'm just not. It didn't hit me like that.
And that's one of the things that me and JR. A good comparison is how we feel about Lionel. We love Commodores down,
but solo Lionel is in.
That solo came, and yes, there's songs here and there that we like from both artists.
Right.
We're not saying throw it all away, but you could throw away a lot of it.
Guess what though? I'm actually starting to get into 80s Lionel.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yes, I think I did tell you, Alise. Yes, I think, and that's Will's fault. He's got me into that 80s vibe, and I'm actually starting to enjoy it a little bit, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Will, Child, don't start no Diana. No, we don't.
Not maybe not.
No, I have to change though. I've been getting.
When your friends switch up on you,
I've been listening to Diana a lot, and I'm starting to actually like a couple of albums from her, solo wise.
Who are you talking about? I forgot. I didn't.
Diana.
Diana. Oh.
Yes, gotcha. I'm actually starting to get into Diana's solo work, and
I'm gonna comment on something that Will just said, and I just want to talk about it.
Okay,
what do you say?
But I like the Miracles more. I ain't mad at that though. I ain't mad at that.
I don't like it more, but I do like the later Miracle stuff.
Yeah, I
like it a lot.
You're like, there's a specific one that I love. It's I Love You Secretly that Marvin Gaye co-wrote for them. That's that is my
say that again, because a lot of people don't know Secretly.
I Love You Secretly. Yeah, that's a Marvin stuff right there.
That's a Marvin, yes.
Yeah, that's a Marvin thing right there.
Yes. Yes, okay. All right, now he's gonna put it in. Yes, I gave Diana's solo stuff a lot of fever, but now I'm really like, what's the albums that I'm really enjoying? The Rawls album. I'm enjoying the Eaten Alive. What else? Red Hot Rhythm and Blues. Like I'm really into that. Like I'm starting to understand it a lot.
You know something? And I literally just thought about it. You know why a lot of times people don't like, and by people I mean me, stuff that people do when they go solo? It's the time when it happened.
Yep.
It was during experimental time.
80s.
So everybody's shit was all over the place. So it's a lot of stuff I didn't connect with.
That makes so much sense now.
They went solo. It depends on the time period.
Okay. That makes so much sense now.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually starting because and you learn something new every day. You know, I was just giving fever because I think it takes it back to the whole stuff, because you know me and Alise be like, we Diana and Supremes and that's it. Like we good and we like Love Hangover and keep it moving. Like that was just us. Like, but again, I'm getting more into that. You know what I mean? So Okay.
Well, I ain't gonna give you too much because I did get you to turn the corner on 80s Stevie. So
you did
just because of the fact that changed.
Yes,
I feel like I control you. You can like what you like then.
Mm-hmm.
Like that matter. like people like, okay, I can't like it now.
Oh yeah, because it was like Alise really went. It was like really with 80 Stevie, except Hotter Than July, y'all. It was like after that, it was like I would give it so much fever, and Alise is like, no. Now I love in Square Circle. I love it. Like I love that. I love characters too. Like I'm into characters, to be honest with you. Even though I like that more than I did then, but now I'm really into it. Like, so I love it. Like I love it.
I ain't tell you had to love characters. You love
yeah.
I just wanted to. No. Characters is fine, but
it's Square Circle.
80 Stevie. It wasn't even that I wanted you to like it per se.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you to listen to see that what he was doing with the synthesizers is what he was doing with the
70s,
composition of the live instrumentation, and just to hear that and think about it in that context. I wasn't trying to make you like it though. Because I mean, it's different. You know, so when people say they don't like it, I'm of course JR, because it's you. I'm gonna give you the business just because entertainment purposes.
Right, of course.
When other people say that they don't like it, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't always like it. So, you know.
Right.
So I get it. Because that 80s is for R&B is it's some greatness, and it's weird too.
Uh-huh.
So somebody be like, well, I don't like that. I'd be like, I get it.
It's a part, and that's what and T him saying that Lionel and Rick saved Motown in the 80s. It seemed like it was artists that saved Motown, because Stevie and Marvin saved it in the 70s.
Kept the lights on for real.
They kept the lights on. Lionel and Rick kept it on in the 80s. And then when the 90s came around, these 4 boys from Philly helped it. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm into that. Yes, Will. Yes, you are the one that can put me onto this stuff. So yes.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Will.
Yes, please.
Oh yes. So okay. We're gonna get a little psychedelic right about now before we go back down to earth. So 67. When I brought up George, I meant to bring up Sly as well. They released Sly and the Family Stone released their debut album this year with a whole new thing, and it very much was a whole new thing. I ordered the vinyl last week. It hasn't come in yet, so I don't have it on me right now. But I love the cover of it because it's just it's just them. They're coming in with basically a whole new thing. Don't mean to repeat myself, but it's a whole new thing, and it's an integrated band. And they're just doing the thing. I love to start your discography with a song like Underdog. To me, it's like I'm here, and I don't even care if this charts. Like y'all gonna know who I am, you know? And I feel like that was the energy that Sly came with. And I actually got his book for Christmas. Shout out to the ones that got the book. And also shout out to my good friend that loves this album, Nico Bryant out of Philly. Real good independent artist. Support your independent artists, y'all. So yeah. And also with Sly, and then also you got to bring up Jimmy. You can't bring up 67 without bringing up Jimmy. So yeah, this is
Mr. Hendrix. Yes,
Mr. Hendrix out of Seattle. Yeah, and the start your album. Yeah. So what were you about to say, Alise?
The first song I learned on guitar was a Jimmy song because my teacher said he wanted to give me something so hard that everything else after that is just. And so it's Hey Joe.
Oh, Hey Joe. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, you did tell me that. Yes, yeah.
And I even think that was the song.
I'm still working on it. It is hard, but it's a lot of fun. And
I gotta
be able to. Yeah, for my first song to learn is a song from a black guitarist. That's just
black. And that was the big thing with Jimmy too. Like this is a black dude coming in and basically reclaiming, what was originally ours, basically. And for him to bring new life. I think he went over to England and got with these guys. So for him to basically find his identity outside of what he was used to was just very monumental. And for him to be so young and to do so much in such little time is very influential and very special. And to start your album with Purple Haze, man, like that's another record for me from this year. That's like, that intro alone is like a wake up call. Yeah, like I played that in my car a few weeks ago, and when I was like, oh my god! And the album title is very much self-explanatory. Like, are you experienced? Like this album is very much an experience. Like I love Fire on this record. First time I got into Jimmy, When Cries Mary was a favorite of mine. Like it's very good debut album. I think they came out with Axis Boldest Love like very late the same year too. So yeah, so it was a big year for him and for the band. And yeah, I love me some Jimmy. It's one of my favorite guitar players of all time. For sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. And of course, also you can't bring up 67 without the Monterey Pop Festival of 67. Otis Redding headline.
Yes, God.
That was I've actually found this. I found this at one of my record stores here in Nashville, McKay's. It's a bookstore, but also but the second floor is nothing but vinyls and tapes and all that. And I saw this, and I was like, oh yeah. Especially with and Otis's set on this at the festival, man. One of my favorite live performances all time, because he sang for blood this night.
Listen, I was like, what was in his throat that night? Because I'm telling you, he was singing. It wasn't normal to me. It was like, why is he singing so hard? Like he was like hard, and we already know he sings hard, but he was singing for like blood. Like it was somebody out there. He was like letting them know you can't come for me. That's what it felt like to me. Oh yeah. And I was just like, sing down, brother, for real. So that is a thing. And you got it on vinyl. I'm a hater, Kemani. I'm a hater.
I'm surprised this was even pressed. This was actually it's a 1970 pressing, but of course it was recorded in 67, but it's a 70 pressing. So I was like, how was this even made? Like, yeah, so Yeah, that was a fun. That's one of my favorite collector's items in my collection, actually. Yeah, and this is June of '67, so it's the summer of love. This is when the hippie movement is really starting to take shape. Again, it's getting real psychedelic. So yeah, it's a very interesting time, and music is getting more rugged, more raunchy, and yeah, and Otis. And the funny thing about Otis with me is my introduction to him was sitting on Dr. Bay. It was on a '60s collection CD, right?
Mm-hmm.
My parents had a greatest hits. It was like a 10-song greatest hits CD that my dad had, and I played the first track on that CD was his version of Respect. And when I tell you I was throwing it, because again, first time I heard him was sitting on the Dr. Bay. He sounds real cool, real regular like baritone like range singer, right? Mm. But I heard that version of Respect, and I hear that what you want, got to. I'm like, what?
I love his better than Aretha's. I'm sorry.
Oh, leaps and bounds. I don't. Well,
Yeah. And then I heard, and then also on the CD was Mr. Beautiful was on there. Security was on there. His version of Satisfaction was on there. I was like,
I was like Rolling Stones. Who?
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, like, I was done, bro. Like I was like, yeah, this is. He was that too, and
he was about to be out of here. He was about to be out of here because they let it just one, like I said. So Sam was that guy, and then Otis once passed, and then James was coming in, but Otis was about to be next, and he was about to be that guy, and life cut short.
And the festival was a success. Like the Stax is killing in Europe. And yeah, this is a very big year for Stax. Like it's a really big deal for them. And even with his band, he started singing with the Barcades, right? They had Soul Finger. That's one of my favorite soul instrumentals. That's one of my favorite instrumentals, period. So like,
after like, Green Onions for me, but
yeah. And then he came out with Tramp this year too with Carla Thomas, the duet album, right? So like,
yes.
Oh, you got that? Oh, nice.
I love it. Tell it like it is. New Year's resolution. Like what?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Knock on wood. What?
Oh, yeah, that's a real good version of Knock on Wood. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, but like I feel like, and the same thing with Sam too. Like it seemed like their most productive and most like active, like very like booked and busy years was the last year of their lives. It seemed like.
Yeah.
And Otis had a lot to look forward to, and even watching the performance on Upbeat, right? The very last one that they did the day before the plane crash, like it's just like it was, and they killed it too. But it was like, damn, like little did they know. It hurts to think about that, but but he showing up performed like it was his last though.
Yeah, he did. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like for such a monumental year, like it sucks that that the year ended basically on a sad note for not just Stax but for the music world. So
yeah.
But yeah, so rest in peace, Otis Redding. Rest in peace, the original Barcades that passed. It was Jimmy King, Carl Cunningham, Ronnie Caldwell, and Phelan Jones. And then Ben Cauley survived the crash. He passed away a couple years ago. But James Alexander, their bass player, was on another plane, so he wasn't on that plane crash. But yeah, but they kept it going though. But kudos to them because that was such a tough way to, for their worlds to be changed forever. So yeah, so shout out to them Barcades for real.
Yes. Oh yes. So bangers.
Oh, yeah, that's my cut right there. Yeah, they did that. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, so we're back down to earth now with the psychedelic pop festival, Summer Love. Now we're gonna get to the cream of the crop. So to close out real nice. Oh man. Oh, give me a second because I didn't even. Whew, rest in peace. God rest his soul. So we're gonna go to the Motown. We're gonna go Detroit for a little bit and then close out with a certain somebody. How about that? Yeah. So, and also shout out to our friend Jimmy Jam because he saw this album cover. He was inspired to do what he would later do with his boy Terry Lewis. So, Supreme sing Holland Doja Holland. I think we're kind of like in the album section now. Yeah, since all the 45s are out, gonna get to the albums now. So yeah.
Yes.
Specifically, Love Is Here and Now You're Gone. That's
This
was the last. Love is here.
Oh my God. And I love how Flo was giving it in that blue outfit.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Flo was giving it. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite is Keep Me Hanging On. That's my favorite Supremes record. And it's the first song.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You know what I mean? I love that record. That's my favorite record, and that's just what it is. So I love that record. So yes. Yes, good pick, Kemani. Yes.
I was this was the last one with Florence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So was she? But I'll say my favorite Supremes cut from '67 is Reflections. That's my cut because you feel that change in their style, right?
You knew it was time. Yes, it was time for the change, and but I love the Jackson's version on Get It Together.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, God. Yes, Lord. Yes. I love Reflections of how they did it. Like, I love it.
Four Tops version was good too. Yeah, like, there's not a bad version of that song that I don't know. Even
it's not a bad version. Even though I like the Jacksons better, for me, the Jackson 5's version better, but it's not a bad version. Whoever did it, I don't mind it at all. For real.
Oh yeah. How them Knicks doing?
92 to 95 with 5 seconds left. New York winning.
Oh shoot. Whoa.
And we got the ball, and they just fouled Jalen.
Oh, it's about to be over.
It's about to be 3-1, and we're taking it back home.
Y'all taking it back home to the Garden?
That's God. Who would? And then we didn't have Mitchell. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Come on, Jalen. Make these 2 so it can be 97, so they can't come back.
Oh, that's tough.
Yes, we got one in Philly, and Jalen had 45 points.
45? Oh, I know he's going
46.
He a killer for real.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's tough.
I knew Jalen was going to start cooking. I knew it was going sometime he had to.
That's a dog for real. That's a
dog. You hear me? I'm sorry. But go ahead, Kemani. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah, shout out to Supreme. It was a good year for them.
Yes.
But this is also a year in which my boy starts to change his tune a little bit. He starts to get a little more funky. Back to me. He starts to get a little more. Yeah, so he's still working with his collaborators, and they're noticing the change. They're taking this little kid to, Baptist church and see how they squalling, and saying let's incorporate some of that in the style that we doing. And this was a very chill year for him as far as singles were concerned, but there was this record that he put out this year that really signaled the shift in his career. I Was Made to Love Her. Stevie Wonder.
Yes, God.
Yeah. Very important record for him. I feel like this is where he really starts to get he's coming to his own as a teenager, and he's getting real funky. Like what you hear on the For Once in My Life and the Shooby-Doo Dah Day and You Met Your Match and all them records.
Yes.
It really starts here where I Was Made to Love Her, because
Yes, him in his artistic bag. Yes.
Yeah, especially how he kicks it off. I was born in Yeah.
Yes, and for me, yes, because I always try to say that albums that's very important for Stevie, and the All Right album was very important for him, and I Was Made to Love Her was very important for him.
Yeah.
Those 2 albums were very important because the All Right made him the Stevie that we know now, because Barry was about to drop him. Barry was about to be like, bye-bye. So we wasn't about to have no Stevie. And then I Was Made to Love Her, which I love that Henry Crosby and Cosby, they let him be the artist. Stevie has to be in it. He has to be the process. You got to let him. He's that type. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just that I Was Made to Love Her. I just love how he's singing on it, man.
Yeah, Jameson on it.
Neltron, you better let it believe.
This was the cut that introduced me to Jameson. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at them comments and they were saying, "Man, James is killing the bass." I'm like, "Who's James?" And I was listening to the bass. I was like, "Oh, let me look up this cat." Yeah, and then that's
brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
That's when it started like learning like the original like the individual names of the Funk Brothers. It started with James.
And then to have Benny Benjamin on drums,
man,
like that, man.
They was grooving on that joint, yeah.
And then Dante's on their backgrounds as well. So yes.
Oh yeah.
I love this. Oh God, I was made to love. I didn't even think about this, Kemani. I should have knew you were bring in Stevie.
I gotta talk about
I thought about it, but I said, ain't no way.
Right. Ain't no way.
I was like, I ain't saying nothing about no Temptation. No Supreme, no. And that's why I ain't say no Otis. I ain't say none of that stuff.
Kemani thought I was gonna do Otis.
I thought you were gonna go with Tramp, actually.
Yeah, he thought I was gonna go with Tramp at first, and he was like, "Yeah, da 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 da." And then I was like, at first I was like, "Yes," but then I hit him back was like, "Well, Soul Man is mine," and he said, "Oh."
Yeah, I was. Oh yeah, I was made to, especially when I was little, like when I first heard it on the Definitive Collection CD.
Yeah,
going back to that, like I'll always rewind back to that bridge because I love how they bring it down and then they bring it back up. Like I love just wanted, because I love my baby. Oh boy, that's it. And he said, if this whole world crumbled by her side, I'll still be standing there. Because I was made to love her.
And you see when he said, Stevie ain't going to leave her. That was ad-lib. That was ad-lib. Stevie was feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
And he put that part in. Man, that's Stevie in the 60s. Yeah. I love it.
With the tight tuxes and the harmonica in his hand.
Listen, and the afro ain't quite big yet. What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Oh yeah, and as far as album cuts, I definitely recommend Everybody Needs Somebody and I Need You. That's a really good cut on this. And then most of these cuts are covers, but like the production from the Funk Brothers on this album is real. It gets real funky at Motown in around 67, 68. So yeah. The Pen, yes ma'am. The Pen. Oh yeah. Ooh.
I love his version of Baby Don't You Do It too, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that was real good too.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Okay. Oh, now I don't have the vinyl just yet. It's on the way. Mailman don't deliver on Sundays. But I can't talk about 67 without talking about my other dude. And they recruited my lady to do duets with him. Gotta talk about Marvin and Tammy.
Of course.
Record. You got Ain't No Mountain High. You got Precious Love. You got If I Could Build My Whole World Around You.
Listen here now. That's me and Irvina's. That's our song right there. That's
that's the second one.
That's the first song I learned all the words to, and I got to sing it with my mom. I love that song. So, Kemani, when I saw you put it up this morning, I was like, yes.
Yes. Oh yeah. And just such a match made in heaven. Vocal wise, it was just a perfect match. I love how it wasn't necessarily a big name to collab with Marvin, so it gave Tammy more exposure to what she could bring. So like, with Ain't No Mountain High, especially like a song with Your Precious Love, that's my favorite Marvin and Tammy duet, along with You're All I Need. That's all the
This was 68, right?
Yeah, that's 68.
Okay.
Yeah, and shout out to Ashford and Simpson for giving them the magic that they needed. It just
talk about pens.
Yeah, Ashford and Simpson definitely. Yeah,
they had pens, markers, pencils, crayons.
Oh yeah, and I think I tweeted out a couple of weeks ago, and I was listening to those Marvin and Tammy duets, the ones that Ashford and Simpson wrote for them. I was like, man, and I love the way that they write because again they were married, they were a couple, but the way that they was writing those songs, it was like the love that they had was it was such a foundation, it was solid as a rock. Yeah, yeah. So, and it comes from that loving spiritual place of like we can conquer anything together if we just stand together, united, hand in hand. Like every single one of those songs just gives me that energy. Like with Ain't No Mountain High and You're All I Need and You Ain't Living Until You're Loving. Like all those cuts. Like yeah, Marvin and Tammy were just. It was just perfect, and I hate how Tammy was another one that left us too soon too, and everything that she went through. So
sometimes depending on my emotional state that day, sometimes it's hard for me to listen to those songs because I think about both of them, but the Tammy to kind of just be gone. I mean, kind of like like with Otis and them, like writing things were just like.
Things were going great,
great, and then to be, taken away so young, it just makes me sad. And then I think about Marvin, and then that makes me sad. And I'm just like, so some days I can't listen to it. It's too beautiful, and my emotions can't handle it.
Right. Yeah. I forgot to mention also the
not a whole wardrobe change.
He gotta post that video. You gotta
already know what the time is. I'm sorry, guys.
Screaming.
I can't even handle this.
I'm sorry. I had to change. But at least you know what's happening after this. That's why.
I know. But it was
But yeah. Oh, y'all had to see the Knicks. I'm sorry. That was a win. Yes.
Oh yeah. Good win, y'all. Good win.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. Also, did I mention the original version of If This World Were Mine? I don't think I did.
Oh.
What y'all think about the original version though?
I love theirs. I love because it's raw.
What song?
If This World Were Mine.
Oh, okay.
It's so raw. It's raw, and I like it. Like Luther and Cheryl did what they needed to do. You know what I mean? They did what they needed to do. But I love the rawness of Tammy and Marvin. You know what I mean? It's just so just so good, so good. Yeah. Y'all coming for me. I don't like
this. They said it so I don't have to. JR, please.
JR.
Thank you, Kay.
I love Kay to death. That's my girl for real.
Yes, love Kay.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, can't talk about 67 without Marvin and Tammy. Just all time.
We know what this one's saving for last. Come on now.
We saving the
come on now. We already know the deal.
All right. This is interesting because actually let's just go on. Might as well talk about my favorite group. Y'all know who my favorite group is. Y'all already know who it is. So this was the first one they put out. They put out the live record at the Rooster Tail. They recorded in 66, but it came out in 67.
Yes.
And yeah. I played it on the way to work the other day with my car speakers all the way turned up. And man, it felt like I was actually in the room. Like they was killing that night. And I specifically I'll say the highlights of this live album, definitely when David did Yesterday and What Now My Love, going into Beauty's on the Skin Deep, and then Paul going straight to work on Don't Look Back. Like
love it.
They was in there. And this is peak 67. I feel like was peak. This is peak Classic 5. They get top of the game right now. Like, and they get their appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. They started performing more on there, and it's a very interesting year for them. Like they was riding high, but at the same time, the tension is starting to rise a little bit because of David, and he's trying to, he sees it's coming Smokey Robinson, the Miracles, it's becoming Diana Ross and the Supremes, and Martha Vandel's like, what about David Ruffin and the Temptations? And Otis is like,
this was not happening.
What you thought this was? So like, y'all know the story. But yeah, it was a really big year for them. And then they start, they came out, with this is my. I usually toss up between this one and then the Temptations one with Since I Lost My Baby on it as my favorite. But like, this is definitely like I wouldn't mind picking this as my number one on a consistent basis because.
You're wrong.
And this is
I need.
Oh yeah, all I need this year. Yeah.
Yes.
All I Need and You're My Everything really pushed this album. I'm Losing You came out in fall of 66, but it carries over into this. Yeah. So it carries over into this And this is the first full album in which they're working with Norman Whitfield. So again, there's another change in their style, in the music, right on time when music was changing too. So like, it's soulful joints like "Ain't No Sun Since You've Been Gone," Paul
No
singing
Water in the Well,
No Water in the Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Song's a sorry word, like there's a lot of variety on this record, and then it's very interesting that Otis closed it out with "Don't Send Me Away," very very doo-wop-ish record, but this is one of my all-time favorite Temps records. And then later that fall, they come out with the Mellow Mood album. I don't have the sleeve for it, but this is another one that my aunt had, and this is the one that I had. I was like, because it was just Temptations related, and this is the one that they, they're recording like standards, pop standards, and they're doing more shows at the Copacabana, singing these songs.
Old Man River and Somewhere, and That's Life, and all that.
Yes. And they're incorporating these show tunes into their repertoire on stage, and of course, the one that really gets people going from this one is for one Paul doing "For Once in My Life." That became like their showstopper as going on. So their stage show there's more material, and they're just really riding high. So like, yeah, this definitely a great year for my group, and yeah.
When they were singing "For Once in My Life," the Stevie.
Oh no, the slower, sadder version.
No, but I'm saying, but that song.
Oh yeah, it was that song.
Okay, so they must have been singing it like Gladys singing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that made me realize that song kind of bad. Actually,
it's sad. It's sad. Yeah.
Because when Stevie sing it, I guess I don't really pay attention to the lyrics as much.
Right.
But hearing Gladys singing and she's singing it slow in a mug.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all eerie, and I'm like,
right,
this song kind of means something different,
right?
Than I thought it did. Yeah,
right. And the way Paul sings it too, like he sung that joint like his life depended on it. Like it's like, especially when he gets to that part, he says, "For once, I can feel that somebody has heard my plea. Like for once, I have someone who needs me." I'm like, dang. Like you just want
how you put that in the movie,
right? Yeah, yeah. But all in all, it was a very big year for them because of them, not only appealing to their Black audience, but like they're being shown on primetime television more because Ed Sullivan is killing right now, and more Motown artists are coming on that show, and other Black acts are coming more on the show. That show, Mike Douglas, and different other shows that were on during like the daytime and during the evening. So like. Yeah, so it was very versatile, good year for the Temps and for soul music period. So like, gotta show love to my Temps. Yeah, greatest group of all time. All right, and to close us out.
All right,
and to close us out. You cannot talk about 67 without talking about this lady from Detroit by way of Memphis, Tennessee. If you look up playlists about hits from 1967. 9 times out of 10, you'll see this lady's face on the cover of that playlist.
Yes, Lord.
This girl right here, Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
Like we said at the beginning, she changed the game.
Yes.
And with Never Loved a Man broke her through, and then after Respect, it's over. It's
done.
A wrap.
Done.
Like, soul is at the soul of R&B is at the forefront now.
Yes, God.
So yeah. And just even this first side, man, these first five tracks, man, I don't even remember the first time I played the album, but like the first 5 tracks really got me, especially, I was always a fan of I remember Soul Serenade playing on like my either it was Pandora or another radio.
Yes.
Soul Serenade was in that mix, and I love the horns on that. King Curtis and them like just blowing away. Yeah. And of course, yeah.
This whole album is just everything for real. Drown in My Own Tears is my favorite Aretha song, period. I love Drown in My Own Tears. I love, even though it's a cover, but still, like Aretha it's just the soul. And I'm so happy that, Jerry Rexler was like, we got to bring Aretha's gospel background into her music for her to feel it more. Everybody feel like with the Columbia years, she sounded clearer.
Right.
But with the Atlantic years, she sounded a little bit more free and gospel and and it was raw and it was that. And Drown in My Own Tears and Don't Let Me Lose This Dream and Baby, Baby, Baby. Like,
that's my cut.
Oh God, that's my mother's cut. That is my mother's cut. She loves "Baby Don't Let Me Lose This Dream." Like she loves that record, and you know, me and Alise love us some Dr. Feel Good.
Oh my
That me and Alise have done so many lives just doing that whole shit.
Everyone's in a
Great.
Everyone in a great wow.
Yeah, that's the live. Yeah,
that's Fillmore West. Yeah, that's
which is Live at Fillmore West is my favorite live album, just from anyone ever.
Nice. Right. That's a
not even close. I love it. It's definitely a live album that I listen to the most. For sure. I listen to it a lot.
Yeah. She loved us some Sam Cooke.
That's the first song on side 2 too. Yeah.
Like, and then obviously she do A Change Gonna Come and all that. So that album from beginning to end is just
My other cut is Do Right Woman, Do Right Man.
Yes, Lord.
My favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite Aretha cuts. Yeah. She came out with 2. I forgot she came out with 2. I don't even mean to skip Aretha Arrives, but like, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's like, I know it's there.
Baby, I love
it.
Yep.
Yeah, but like, I just accidentally go straight to Lady Soul, but I keep forgetting, oh shoot, Aretha Arrives is right there. Yeah. I don't even mean to, but it just happens. Yeah.
It was like Aretha was bringing out 2 albums every year too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Booked and busy by this point. And I feel like she came at the perfect time too, because with respect and everything, you know, like you were saying with Diana and Dion and how they came like with the elegance and the class and baby love land, you know. But for this girl to come through as rough and rugged as she was at a time where things were changing, and you know, there had to be a voice for the ladies. That was like, just like how we talk about with SWV and Mary J. Blige and how they changed the game, you know, on the ladies' side, you know, as far as them having something to say, like on a down home, like street level, like Aretha came in with that energy, I feel like in '67, and we should give her a lot of credit for that. So
well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Well said. Yeah, so that's 67 for you, man. Just a lot of shifts, changes, and turnarounds, and
you bodied that. You bodied this. I knew we would. I knew.
We do every time.
Every time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank everyone for hanging out with us, and of course, we thank Kemani. He's one of our very favorite people and favorite music minds. And sweet and kind, like that part. Like he's an actual nice, genuine person, and I love that. I love that for you, and I love that for us and everybody. I love that for the world. That you
Yes.
Yeah.
Get off to the middle.
Thank you so Also, let me say, man, kudos to y'all. Thank y'all so much for just giving me a chance to really express my love for this thing. And shout out to all of our music platforms, man. Like When the Needle Drops and you guys and Midnight R&B Edition, Psych Podcast, and 90s R&B University, all those guys, like my girl Talia, Miss Educational Soul, Bops and Blackness, and everybody, like, just keep doing what y'all doing. I love y'all to death, and y'all just, you know, just keep this thing alive, because this music is a special thing, and, you know, people might not understand what we're doing, but if we just keep doing what we're doing, then ain't no stopping us, for real. And I just love all y'all. And as for me, the New Millennium Soul Child, next month, just expect a lot of great things. We got 3 videos coming up, basically introducing myself. And then I made 2 record trips since the last time y'all saw me. So definitely be prepared for that. I'm doing a lot of rebranding, a lot of editing, a lot of stuff like that. And so just month of May, just be ready. I'm coming. I know people been waiting. I know people been asking, but I'm coming. So
hyped. I'm hyped for this. Yes. Yes.
Train is coming.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna sign out, but like we always end it. We hope to catch you on the next Catch That.
Peace.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Awesome. That was great. I knew we was gonna kill it. I knew